What's up everyone, this is FP Stakes bringing you a tournament recap video of a Rose Cup tournament that I just had today. Before we get into this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video because the Sylph Cup videos always get a lot less views than the Go Battle League videos. That's alright, these videos are more for my hardcore subscribers and people that have been here since day one. You really like these tournament recaps, but yeah, so this tournament was only 4 rounds. I ended up getting second place. I went 3-1. And had some really close matches in this tournament. So a lot of fun. You can see our teams up on the screen there. This first round is up against 3-Hat. And I knew that my Charizard had 4 favorable matchups against his team. Against Machamp, I know I can go straight Dragon Claw and win. Against Gligar, I can go straight Blast Burn and win. Same with Skarmory. And Wigglytuff is an easy victory as well. I'm also running Charm Granbull in this tournament. I've really been liking Granbull, especially since people don't really know what moveset you're going to be running on it until they face it in battle. And if they're too slow to switch out of the charm damage, it can be really, really bad for them. I love that Granbull gets access to Crunch and Close Combat. Both of those moves you're going to get to slightly faster than Wigglytuff is able to get to its charge moves. So in the lead scenario, you can actually win that matchup unless they commit a shield, but then they're going to be down a shield. So this first game is very close. I'm throwing the Surf on this Machamp, but I know that he's just going to counter me down and get a lot of energy. Now he has a stored up Machamp and my Granbull. I'm assuming this is going to be a Rock Slide and it's going to take me out. Yep, there's a Rock Slide. So he's able to very confidently take that first game. Good match there. Let's see how I adapt. I'm going to lead Probopass this time with Granbull and Charizard. If he leads Machamp, I have 2 things in the back that I can comfortably switch into to try to regain this match. So we are in a Probopass mirror match. Right off the bat, you need to recognize what fast move your opponent has. I see that he has Rock Throw. And so I'll do this thing whenever I'm going against people. I try to psychologically convince them that I'm also running Rock Throw. So even though I'm running Spark, I didn't throw my Magnet Bomb until he threw his Magnet Bomb. Because sometimes it's hard to see the fast move animation, Spark versus Rock Throw. So I kind of want to psych out my opponent and make them think that we're on the same page for energy generation, but in reality I'm far advanced because of my Spark. I know that Granbull can tank a Rock Slide, and I actually would prefer that Granbull has minimal energy coming out of this matchup. There's Probopass again, and I'm not able to get to this close combat, which is unfortunate, but I'm just going to let Granbull go. I have regained control of this match because I was able to take out that Machamp switch in. I bring in my own Probopass because my Charizard would absolutely get shredded by that. And I should be able to get to one more Magnet Bomb here. He's either going to have to commit his last shield or just let this go. I get the last shield there, and I'm able to spark it down before he can get to Magnet Bomb. That was very close. I now have a Charizard with 2 shields against this Sableye, so this is a very confident win for me. Just going to go straight Blast Burn to take out this Sableye. In an even shield scenario, Sableye does have favorable matchups against Charizard. Pretty sure you can just go straight Foul Play and win out that match. But able to take the second game. Let's see what I end up doing for the third match. Looks like the same team here. Probopass, Granbull, and Charizard. If he leads Machamp, I have 2 exit strategies to get out of that. The Gligar is a little worrisome, but I have a very favorable lead here. So I expect to switch out. In comes the Machamp. I wish I could be a little bit faster with my switch outs, but it's just so risky to make a blind switch in this cup. And even if I'm, 2 turns slow to this Granbull switch in, I still survive and regain this matchup. There's the Skarmory again. I need to land this Close Combat. Close Combat and Crunch are both going to hit for neutral, and they don't get stabbed in this scenario. But Close Combat is a stronger move, and I want this Skarmory to farm up less energy anyways. So I immediately come in because I want this Skarmory to be stuck against my Probopass. I see that the switch clock is almost up. I'm expecting a switch out right after this fast move, but if this is a flash cannon, it's going to be pretty bad for me. So I do shield the flash cannon, thank goodness. There's the switch out. He's got his own Probopass in the back. Yikes. Oh man, because I have my Charizard. So I cannot bring in my Charizard to this matchup, especially since it's running Rock Throw. That's just going to be pure energy for his Probopass. I do know that my Charizard has a favorable matchup against the Skarmory, but the Sky Attack is really going to hurt. Shielded this Magnet Bomb. We're just playing this out. I'm over farming again. It's going to take more rock throws on his end to get to those rock slides than my Sparks. If I remember correctly, I think it's 9 rock throws, either 8 or 9. I need a refresh on that. I haven't run rock throw on my Probopass in a while, so this Magnet Bomb should be enough to take it out. And I'm going to immediately switch into Charizard. I'm expecting a Sky Attack to come through. Here it is. But Charizard is going to be able to survive this with a little bit of health remaining. And then my Fire Spin is going to go through and I'm going to take that first round. Good games there, 3-hat. Tough battles. He actually went on to go 3-1 in this tournament as well. So I was his only loss today. He played very well. Going up against Twatha 324. You can see his team on the screen there. Really bad scenario for me. So looking at his team, I know that my Charizard is going to have 4 out of 6 positive matchups again against Gliscor, Skarmory, Machamp, and Wigglytuff. So amazing read on his play, leading with that Alolan Marowak. Because his Alolan Marowak really only has favorable matchups against my Granbull, my Charizard, and my Medicham. But he very quickly recognized that my Charizard is going to have a lot of favorable matchups. So I'm bringing in my Probopass here, and I am going for the most aggressive farm down ever. This is one scenario where if you had Rock Throw Probopass, this farm down is a little bit more efficient, but I'm going for a very undercharged Magnet Bomb here because I didn't know how much damage this is going to do. It did a little bit less than I wanted to, so I think next time I do an undercharge on the Magnet Bomb, I'm going to go for 3 of the swipes instead of just 2. Because I want that Wigglytuff to have a decent chunk of health to where I can just spark it down. I have 2 shields. I have to commit it here. If this is a rock slide, it's going to one-shot me. Thank goodness I shielded that. I really want to Fire Spin down this Machamp before it can throw a move, and I'm able to do that. Let's see what comes back out. He's waiting out the switch clock. Always smart to do that. Out comes the Wigglytuff. I'm just going for the Dragon Claw here because I want to conserve my energy. And it's perfect because I'm able to get one more Fire Spin in as well. Now, I'm just going straight Dragon Claw here because I need to burn these shields off of this Alolan Marowak. I'm pretty sure this first game is very close. If this is a Bone Club bait, it's not worth shielding, but even if it's a Shadow Ball, I'm just going to let this go. I have to do... this is going to be extremely close. I have to hit 2 Rock Slides. If he sneaks in a Fire Spin on this Rock Slide, it's going to be kind of rough. There's the Fire Spin animation. So I was stressing out here, man. I didn't know if I was going to get to this Rock Slide. Barely able to get to it. He had a Bone Club right as he was doing that Fire Spin. So, wow. Very close first match. Good games there. Gonna have to adapt. I'm gonna lead Probopass and then Granbull and Sableye in the back. So again, if I run into that Machamp lead, I have 2 ways to get out of that situation. This is a very favorable scenario for me. I'm expecting the immediate switch out. There it is. In comes Machamp. I ran into a lot of people that used Machamp as a safe switch against my team, which is pretty interesting. I guess it makes sense. Even against Sableye, Machamp has a favorable matchup, but my Sableye is running Shadow Sneak, so it helps me in that matchup. But other than that, Machamp is going to do really well against Rhydon and Probopass. His Wigglytuff comes in, but again, I have maintained switch advantage, which especially in this cup is so important. If you win that lead scenario, that does not mean you win the match. The most important matchup of the cup is that secondary matchup. So you got to really maintain that if you want to maintain control of the match. This is still an amazing scenario for me. I don't need to shield anything here. Out comes Alolan Marowak. This is still really good for me. And I have Sableye in the back. So I want to maintain my Probopass against the Wigglytuff. So I switch in my Sableye right off the bat. I actually prefer... I want this to be a Shadow Ball right here. But he goes for Bone Club. I wanted it to be a Shadow Ball because I would still survive that, I believe, with like a sliver of health left. And I don't want my Sableye to have all this residual health that the Wigglytuff is going to farm down. I don't think it matters anyways. I'm able to get to this foul play at the last second, which is kind of insane. I still have 2 shields, but the charm damage from Wigglytuff is actually still going to kind of chip away at my Probopass. So not even going to risk it. Just going to throw the Magnet Bomb and take this second game here. Good games. Let's see what I run in the third game here. Same exact thing. Probopass, Granbull, and Sableye. He has not led them a champ yet. And it's an Alolan Marowak, so this is still a favorable scenario for me. However, if he has Wigglytuff in the back, this is going to be a little bit scary for me. I'm going to have to ensure that my Granbull gets matched up against that thing. Now, I'm pretty sure in all shielding scenarios, Probopass is going to have a favorable matchup against Alolan Marowak. This is a rank 1 Probopass, the one that I'm using. So I know that the matchup against Alolan Marowak is very IV dependent. So I know that I can confidently take this matchup because of my IVs on my Probopass. Again, whether I was running Rock Throw or Spark, the outcome would still be the same here. Favorable for me. However, I don't think this Rock Slide is going to take this thing out. So I'm actually going to switch out there because I was worried that he would get to a Bone Club. And I actually come in with Granbull for a very aggressive Charm Down. Out comes Gliscor. And Granbull is actually a decent answer to Gliscor. I'm going for Crunch here because close combat would be resisted. He needs to land the Earthquake on me. But because he's running Fury Cutter, he's able to get to Earthquake very quickly. This is going to take me out. Oh man, if it's a Wigglytuff in the back, this is... I don't know how I'm going to come back from this. What is in the back? It is the Machamp, and because I'm running Shadow Sneak here, this is a more safe matchup for me. Machamp actually has favorable matchups against Sableye if Sableye is running the standard Foul Play and Power Gem moveset. Pretty sure you can just go straight Rock Slide and comfortably take like the 1 shield, I think. Or you might have to bait, but look at how much damage Rock Slide did. And that counter damage, oh my gosh, that was a very close outcome to that third match. Oh, good games there, Twatha. Round 3 is up against Mr. Scruffy Face, so this is where I had my loss. And he actually went on to sweep the tournament, so huge congrats to him. These were very tough games. This matchup Rhydon against Golbat is very bait dependent on the Rhydon's part. So I'm going to build up to the Stone Edge. I catch this Shadow Ball, which is really good for me. Over farming here. Now I'm going to go for the Surf. Really hoping to get a shield here because I need to land the Stone Edge to take this in the 1 shield at least. So I beat him to the Stone Edge. I'm not expecting him to shield this, but he does. So he really wants to maintain this lead advantage. So I'm assuming this is going to be a Shadow Ball because we must have CMP tied there. I'm pretty sure Rhydon has more attack than Golbat. I really need to get to this Surf. I'm able to get to it, and this should take out the Golbat and win out this lead scenario for me. I'm expecting Scrafty to come in and farm me down. Yep, good play. But Granbull is absolutely going to shred this, and Metacham would even do well in this scenario as well. Just going to bring in Granbull, and look what he has in the back. It's Sableye. So this was a confident win for me, just purely based on team composition. He brought in 2 things in the back that were weak to Granbull. Power-up punch is hardly going to do anything to Granbull, and 1 charm goes through and is able to take that. Woo! Because of that lead scenario, I was able to win that match, but it was pretty scary, very bait-dependent. I'm going to lead Granbull this time and then have double tank in the back, Rhydon and Probopass. I was really hoping to catch the Scrafty lead, but we are now in a Granbull mirror match. We have the same CP, so I'm assuming we have very similar IVs here, and we both just straight up charm each other down. However, he brings in a Pokemon early here, which allows me to kind of decide what I'm going to bring in. But this is where, because he ran Scrafty, there's no way that I can win this. There's no way that I can win this because I have Probopass in the back. Scrafty's just going to ramp up with power-up punches, and so this is already a good game. Really unfortunate on my part. I was hoping to catch a Scrafty lead, but because that did not work out, I had two things in the back that were insanely weak to Scrafty, and this is so brutal. This is a massacre. I have to shield a power-up punch, and look how much damage these counters are doing. Oh, poor Probopass. It's so painful to watch. The thing is, like, in that scenario, I led with Granbull, and so I needed to support the Granbull with things that would beat its counters, like Golbat and Charizard and Probopass. Like, I had to support it against that, but I just way overcompensated. So we're going Probopass lead and Granbull and then Charizard. I'm still kind of overcompensating for that Scrafty because I'm pretty sure in this match he doesn't even bring it in, which is a great heads-up play on his part. He probably realized how heavy I was compensating for his Scrafty, and he made a really good switch up to his team. Now, this is a favorable matchup for Probopass. If this was a Best Buddy boosted Sableye, this would be a favorable matchup for Sableye in the one shield. But looking at his CP, I know it's not Best Buddy boosted, so this is going to be a comfortable win for me. I'm really hoping that he has Scrafty in the back, so my Granbull can do something, because I'm eliminating the Sableye right now, which takes one of Granbull's key matchups off the table, which makes it a lot less useful. And I doubt he would run... yeah, I should have realized this in the moment. It's highly unlikely that he would run Sableye and Scrafty, because after that first match, it was so brutal. Now, this is a very tough scenario because Golbat can pretty comfortably beat Granbull and Charizard. So I have to correctly shield the Shadow Ball, but I knew that this was just going to be a Poison Fang. Did he bring... Yeah, he brought in Probopass. So this is... there's no way that I'm getting out of this. There's no way. I do land the Blast Burn, and then I have to commit to charming down the Probopass. I could have... Oh, that was a Rock Slide that time. If I would have not shielded that... Dang. I could have possibly not shielded that and then shielded this Magnet Bomb. And then I have enough energy to throw this Crunch, but that's a very healthy Golbat. I still would be down a shield, and the Golbat's able to farm. Charizard's not going to be able to get to a Blast Burn because I dumped all my energy on that Probopass. So this was a very solid win for him. Very close match. Man, if I didn't have such a horrible team comp in that second game, but he was probably thinking the same thing about the first game. So very good matches there, Mr. Scruffy Face, and again, he went on to win the tournament. Last round is up against Alaska Ranger 3, and if I remember correctly, this guy is fairly new to PvP, like only been doing it for a month, and he is playing really well. He's got a solid team, he brought in a good line of 3, and he's making very smart choices. So huge shout out to Alaska Ranger. I got to battle against him today, and it was super fun. And man, for being so new to PvP, he's doing really well. I don't know if any of you guys have like looked at my Sylph card from Season 1. I was not very hardcore in Season 1. I did not hit Ace in Season 1. I think I was like 50 to 75% of the way through Challenger. But I know that when I first started PvP, I was not very good. It took a lot of practicing and a lot of studying the simulations and a lot of time commitment, man. Wins do not just happen by chance. Like, it's a lot of hours of preparation and studying and practicing. So if any of you guys are out there and are like, man, I suck at PvP, you know, it's just not for me, keep practicing and put in the time, and you'll really see the benefits of your efforts there. So we have my Rhydon against Skarmory. If this is a flash cannon, it's going to be brutal. He based me with Sky Attack, so really great play on his part. I'm over farming here. I know he's getting very close to a flash cannon. So he's most likely going to shield this, yep, and then land what I'm assuming to be a flash cannon here. Great play on his part, baiting me with the Sky Attack. But my Grand Bull's able to come in and get one charm and finish off the Skarmory. Very close first game. Going with Charizard, Rhydon, and Medicham here. I was running Best Buddy boosted Medicham. I don't actually think Best Buddy boosted Medicham gets any more favorable matchups. Maybe it just gives you some more confident wins against the things that you normally win against. But the Best Buddy boost Sableye has that Probopass matchup in the one shield. That is very important. So I'm trying to get that Best Buddy boost on my Sableye. Haunter is such a scary Pokemon to go against. Oh my goodness. And he went straight for Shadow Ball. When shields are up like this, honestly, you should just go straight Shadow Punch. Because I was fully committed to just going straight Dragon Claw to get that Haunter out of there. Let's see what he's going to bring in. Out comes Probopass. Can't remember if we've seen the moveset on this Probopass yet, whether it's Rock Throw or Spark. But instead of staying in there, okay, so this is a Spark variant. Rhydon's going to be able to come in and Mud Slap this thing down. I'm expecting this to be a Magnet Bomb. It does hit for super effective, like 70% of Rhydon's health. I just need to get this Surf off because the charms from Wigglytuff are really going to hurt. And again, a really good play on his part bringing in that Wigglytuff to charm me down. Oh boy, because now I have to bring in Charizard to just try to chip away at this thing, but this Wigglytuff is even more loaded. I'm assuming I'm going to have to shield a charge move from Wiggly, but he was just barely not able to throw it. Out comes Probopass, and I'm able to counter it down. So I'm able to take that second game. They're a good game. Go into a third game here. Again, if you like the Silph Cup videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can get some more traffic here. Share this with your friends. Try to get more people involved with the Silph Cups. Go Battle League is still all the rage right now. And again, that's a good thing. We're bringing more people into the PvP community, but I still want to make these Rose Cup videos for you. But they do take a lot more time than the Go Battle League videos, and I get way less views. So they're not as worth my time, but I still want to bring you guys that Rose Cup content because I feel like it's really important for all you hardcore battlers out there that still have tournaments to do. I know I have a big one here in Denver coming up next weekend. I have 2 more tournaments and a couple remote lobbies that are still wrapping up too. Running with so many different teams right now, it's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on. Out comes Scrafty. This is a favorable matchup for Medicham, so I'm assuming he must have Probopass in the back. Because otherwise, you would not want to bring in a Scrafty on Medicham. So if that's the case, I want to keep this Medicham as healthy as possible to maintain that positive matchup, but I believe I still have Rhydon anyways that is going to really do a number on that Probopass as well. Ice Punch is not enough to take out Scrafty. Scrafty is surprisingly tanky, and it is Probopass in the back, so I'm not even going to mess around. I'm just going to go straight for the Rhydon, shield up this Magnet Bomb, and take this match. So good games, Alaska Ranger, and to everyone that I played today. Super fun tournament. Again, ended up going second place with 3-1. So super fun. If you guys want to support the channel and be on my friends list and train with me, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.